So I'm doing my video project on The Way of the Fight by Georges St. Pierre. Uh, the book was made, his inspiration was basically just growing up, how he got into martial arts, the mentality of a martial artist, and getting through stepping stones in his UFC career, whether that be tearing his ACL or being bullied as a child, just how everything came together into making him one of the greatest martial artists of all time. Um, Sports psychology was introduced into the book in the second chapter. He began talking about the fear, whether that be the fear of not getting a job, the fear of failure, and the fear of fighting. He used it to his advantage by understanding why he was fearful and using that as positive energy. So when he felt fear, he would understand that that was just a reaction, and he wouldn't let it overrun his life basically. I didn't learn too much more about him that I didn't know. I learned little things like who his coaches were growing up. I learned how severely he was bullied as a child and how that led into his martial arts career. But I knew most of what I read before. The athlete has inspired me by just motivating me to write down my goals, and he kind of taught you how to achieve those goals by not just writing down empty goals and putting the paper aside. He's also inspired me to train harder and just live a healthier life. The aspects of the athlete's life that motivate me to work harder are how he expands his training. So whether that be doing gymnastics for his martial arts training or just doing weird forms of martial arts, just combining everything to make him one of the best mixed martial artists the UFC has ever seen. The aspects of his life, especially is his diet. He's always eaten very healthy and had just a very good mindset about what he put into his body. So that's inspired me to keep track of what I've been eating and just live healthier in general. I would recommend this book to athletes and non-athletes. I think it's an important book about setting goals and just getting through obstacles in life. Because if you can apply what he says to anything, I mean, it's not just about fighting. His story is just about, pertains to fighting. But if you take what he says and pertain it to, whether it be school or a job or any other sport you do play, it can be motivating and help you out. So I'd recommend it to anybody that lacks motivation or has motivation and just needs an extra push or knowledge from someone else who's already done it. So I would absolutely recommend the book. A coach could use this book to inspire his athletes or students the same way you would by reading it yourself. Just reading the book and expressing the important points. So a coach could read the book, take down bullet points of the important things he does, whether that be his diet, his training, or his life advice, and then having a sit-down meeting with his team. I think a coach could read the book and then learn how to coach properly. A lot of the chapters actually pertain to his current coaches and how they train and what they do that he likes that will inspire him. So, I mean, if you can inspire one of the best fighters the world has ever seen, you can inspire a basketball team or a soccer team. I mean, it'll be the same thing. So, my overall review of the book, it was good inspiration. It had a big impact about the sports psychology of being a fighter, which is why I chose the book. I just thought it was one of the perfect books to pertain to what we're learning and what we've been talking about. I mean, the book speaks about fear, adrenaline, his injuries, life with brain damage that he's felt or suffered from. So that's why I chose the book. I would recommend it to anybody that is lacking motivation or needs extra motivation in their day. And that will be my video project.